My last 3 or 4 DoorDashes have had some occurrences happen where I am still trying to figure out what the hell is going on with DoorDash. So I'm going to give you all these scenarios so you can understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so let's say that you're driving for DoorDash in Houston and you decide that you only want to do a half an hour because a half an hour was the only thing that was available at the time, okay? So you get this half an hour, and let's say you go to the restaurant. Well, I'm just going to use real scenarios. So, like, for example, the other day, I only decided that I wanted to drive for a half an hour. So they sent me an order for Chick-fil-A, and I went to Chick-fil-A, and the manager that is usually there was not there. It was another manager there. And he's like, where's the tablet? Where's the tablet? So I'm there. I'm at the restaurant. Bag in hand, I'm ready to pick up an order, and they don't even know where the tablet is. So if they don't know where the tablet is, then that means that they were not able to know that there was an order to even get ready. So I have to wait until he found the tablet. After he found the tablet, he had to go and ring the food up in the system. Then after he did that, he had to have somebody make it. Then they had to bag it. Then they had to give it to me. Okay, so what is this? This is running already about 10 minutes, right? Now keep in mind, you only signed up for a half an hour. That's 10 minutes down the drain. And then let's just say they have you take the order 7 miles. So you take the order 7 miles. By the time you do that, you get there to that person and they tip you nothing at all, or they tip you something under $2. So you just spent the whole half an hour trying to either get $4.50 or possibly $6, maybe $7. Is your half an hour really worth that much? I mean, is that a good pay for you for a half an hour? Second example, I went to P.F. Chang's. I get to P.F. Chang's. There's nobody at the bar even caring about what's going on for DoorDash. This was today. And a lady tells me somebody will be with me shortly. After I had already been standing there for 10 minutes. Like, whoopee, somebody decides to acknowledge me. Now, even if somebody doesn't acknowledge me, I'll step up and say, hey, I'm picking up for such and such for DoorDash, so they can know that I'm there. So I'm standing there for 10 minutes, 10 whole freaking minutes. Then this lady decides to say something. So then she came back out and she asked me to have a seat. So I'm like, okay. I go and I sit down, and I had been sitting over there for about 15 minutes. I go back up to the bar. I had to stand up to the bar for another 15 minutes. So I've been in this place for a long time, just trying to get one order, some spicy tuna rolls and some tacos. Why is it this hard? So I finally get the food to the person, and I mean, people are like, they don't want to tip you because they think that it taking so long is your fault. But they don't understand that it is a process to even get the damn food for these people. People are not living up to their end with DoorDash as far as being the recipient of these orders. If you are a company and you know that you have different channel ways to make your money, then you are supposed to hourly check these channel ways. If you know that people are going online, putting out orders, then you need to have this tablet on you. It's like your cell phone. I'm tired of going to these places where people look on the tablet and all of a sudden they like, did you know we had a DoorDash order? No. Did you know? No, I didn't know we had no DoorDash order. It's just getting to that point. And it's crazy because DoorDash expects people to hold up their end of the bargain with being professional, being on time, being in uniform. They want you to do all of these things, but they're not factoring in that a lot of places that you go to, they're not going to have parking. They don't have the order together. They don't know anything about the order. They can't even find a device that the order is on. It's just too much. And then you go through all of that and you get somewhere and someone does not tip you. I am tired of people not tipping. You people, the people that receive your order hot and in a friendly manner, and you still do not tip people, you people ought to be ashamed of yourself. I was always brought up as a child that you don't go somewhere and sit down and eat unless you can tip. A tip is not optional. I'm going to say that again. A tip is not optional. You should tip. And then they have all of these different promotions that are going on with DoorDash. I guess if you use Google Wallet now, if you want to do that, I think that's what it is. If you place an order for $15 with the merchant, you don't have to pay a delivery fee. So I guess people are like, hey, if I don't have to pay a delivery fee, why should I tip? What do you mean? They're giving you the opportunity to make more room for a tip. It does not mean do not tip. I don't understand. Even the orders that are larger, I do receive a tip. And sometimes it's just hit or miss, you know. But the population of non-tippers compared to people who are tipping is not good. It's not even comparable because people just don't tip. People don't tip. And I ran into a young man kind of like my age the other day at a school when he was asking me how it was going, and I was just like, when people ask me how DoorDash is going, I just smile and I say, it's going good, you know, have a good day, and I leave. You know what? Not that day. Because see, what he didn't know was that I had been sitting out there waiting on him, and I had to wait on his order. So that's 2 times I gotta wait. I sat and swiped, you know, and I saw that he left me a tip, and it was like $1. So when he asked me, I told him, I said, it's okay when people tip. And he was like, well, I drove DoorDash before and I know how it is, and you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right. And I just walked on off. Have a good day. He's talking about, well, I did tip you. You know, making it seem like boss hog stuff, like you just tipped me $5 or something. You tipped me $1. I had to go in and make your drink, and I had to wait for your food. Why do you feel like what you just did was amazing? Because it's not. It's not amazing. I love when new companies start, you know, and people get to go in, but I think that DoorDash has to recognize that they need to work on the quirks. If you want to put pressure on these drivers to be in uniform and to be on time and to be professional and to be courteous, then you need to press the button on some of these merchants that you are using as well, and tell them that they need to check their things. They need to know that they have orders coming in and they need to make these orders. Because if somebody went online and placed the order and you already have their money, why should I have to wait when I get there? They paid you already. Give them your service. At least have it available when I get there. You know what? That's why I just keep telling myself I'm not going to be doing this too much longer, because I tried to stick with it. I thought they were going to work out the quirks and some things were just the kinks and things that were going to go better, but they're not. They're absolutely not. So I know that they have some new things coming up. I believe they had a meeting in the city last week to try to get some people to come over and start doing like catering events, because they're going to start catering for the holidays. I'm going to have to see if I can get on that and jump in it, because this driving all around and waiting and not getting any tips and these people being cheap is all shit. It's just ridiculous. It is just really ridiculous. And I have never in my life ordered so much food and did not tip people. So I don't understand what kind of karma this is coming back to me, but it just don't make sense. It's just terrible. So if you are one of those persons that's ordering for DoorDash and you feel like you don't have to tip people for whatever reason, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, because you have to take into consideration that somebody took the time to go handle your food and stand in line for you. They're basically doing all. It's like your little personal concierge. Somebody is doing everything for you, and they don't take that into consideration. They think, oh, it's just a little delivery service and the people go and do. No, we have to care for your food all the way from their door to yours. So be cautious, be courteous, and be considerate of people that are doing those things for you. I'm not going to be doing this too much longer, because I can tell it frustrates me to the core of my soul. So that is my current update for DoorDash. I just have to be honest, because I'm starting not to like this, and anything that I don't like, I'm not going to do and put any time and commitment into. So I know it's just supposed to be one of those like temporary things where you know, work to make extra money, but I'm not a half stepper. So with everything that I do, I want it to, number one, make sense to me and be something that represents something that I can actually agree with. And as far as it being that right now, I'm not agreeing with it. I don't know if they're not telling people how much to tip, or if they're not even giving any examples or anything, but that's something that they need to do, because I don't care where you work at, you don't want to feel underappreciated, and you don't want to feel like you're doing someone a favor. If I drive something all the way, maybe 6 miles away from here, I'm doing you a favor. You're not doing me a favor at all. And then tipping, excuse me, it's just an even worse slap in the face. That's all it is. So that's my DoorDash follow-up currently for the month of the beginning of November. Peace.